Hey everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Deurklink Megapark. Now, in the last episode, did some work, mostly in the area around here. Completely redid the layout of these two powered coasters. I think it's really cool to finally see them dual properly. It definitely needed this upgrade. Now, in this episode, I'm also going to focus on the area around here. And to start off, I think it will be cool to have an extra ride here. And a ride which I build quite often in my parks are these giant top spin rides. I think this area is actually perfect for one of those. Now, I also want to add a huge pirate ship somewhere in the park. Might build it somewhere over here, or maybe I'll build it over here. Not really sure yet, but I'll find a good space for it. I think something like that will look great in the park. And other than that, there was just some small jobs that I want to do in the park here and there. So yeah, I think it will be a really fun episode. At least the building part will be really fun. Now, to start off, I'm going to build a giant top spin ride over here on this area of the park. Alright, the giant top spin is now completed. I think it's a really nice spot for this ride. I think with the dark colors of these roofs around, I think the dark color of this ride actually fits here quite well. Yeah, I always like building these rides, and I'm always really happy with the result. I think they always look really nice. So yeah, I'm definitely really happy with how this ride turned out. Now, I actually had some trouble fitting the control track for this ride underground here, because there's not much stuff, there's not much space underground. So the control track for the ride is actually over here, down in this building. So yeah, I will just quickly make this track here invisible, because you're not supposed to see this. Right, with the top spin built, I can focus on the next ride in the park. Okay, now we're gonna go to the beach once more. I think something which will be really fun to have here is one of those speedboat rides which tugs along one of these inflatable rafts which guests can sit on. Now, I think a ride like this would be best emulated with one of the water coaster boats and followed by one of these river rapids rafts. So yeah, I will just quickly make a circuit here and also a place for the guests to get on. I think it will be a really fun addition to the beach. Okay, we now have a fun new addition here on the beach. So now we actually have a ride that takes the guests here onto the ocean in between all the sea life. So sometimes they can see dolphins pop up out of the water. And yeah, they're also going above several huge sharks and other creatures. So it must be a lot of fun for the guests. But yeah, I think this does give some extra life to the beach here. And I think it's also a fun location here across this beach club. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to build is a big pirate ship. Now, originally I was going to build it right over here, but I think it makes more sense to build a pirate ship over here near the pirate area. I think over here would be a good location for it, since it's quite open and there's no tracks with sea animals intersecting with it. So that would also make things easier for me. Now, I have quite some space here to work with. I'll just wing it. I used to build pirate ships like these quite often. So yeah, I think this should work out pretty nicely. Okay, with this we now have a cool new attention grabber right here in front of the pirate area. Yeah, I think it looks beautiful over here, and definitely something which grabs the attention of the viewer here, I think. And I think it's also pretty fitting in the pirate area. Now, it does dwarf these little ships here a bit, but yeah, I think it's more appropriate for yeah, the scale of this park. Now, I think there's one thing we can still add to improve the looks a little bit, and I'll try to add some netting here. Now, not too much, I'll just add a little bit of steel wild mouse cursor track to connect these beams with the central mast. Okay, I think the ship is now complete. Now, I could try to add more rigging, but I think it's already crowded enough here in the masts that we can get away with just leaving it like this. Now, I think it's always important to credit the people you've taken inspiration from. And a ship which I took quite a long look at is a pirate ship that was once made by Pierrot. I believe he was a Korean gamer that used to make really cool stuff in Roller Coaster Tycoon, especially in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, which was really impressive in my opinion. But yeah, he created a really cool pirate ship, so that's what I used as my starting point. I think, well, the ship I made here is not as awesome as the one that he made, but yeah, I think this one does look pretty nice. Now, this also immediately enables me to do something which I do in every video, and that's to add several entertainers to the park. And this is a pirate ship, so of course it needs some pirates dancing around on it. So that's what I'm going to add next. And of course I will name them after several of my patrons. Alright, the park now has 5 more patrons as entertainers. And I really hope you guys enjoy your spot in the park. And of course, thanks a lot for the support. It really means a lot to me. And it keeps me motivated to keep making videos like this. Yeah, all my patrons will get a spot in this upgraded Mega Park. And I think we're almost at the end with all the patrons. I've almost included all of them in the park. But yeah, once again, thanks for the support. And if you also want to support me on Patreon, you can find a link to my Patreon page in the video description. Okay, I think it's time for a little recap of what we did in this episode. Now, first off, I created this top spin over here in this previously unused part of the land. Now, off camera, I also added a toilet over here. A lot of the guests seem to be complaining that they need to go to the toilet. So, yeah, I might add a few more in the park over time. It looks like the guests really need it. Yeah, I think it's also good to have another high capacity ride over here. Although it does look like the initial buzz has died out a little bit. But enough guests still seem to be heading for this ride, so that's a good thing. It's nice to at least see it partially filled. Now, I really enjoy making these top spin rides, and I think they also look great. So I think it's a wonderful addition to this area of the park. Now, after that, I went over to the beach here. I added this speedboat ride, which drags these dinghies along. Now, all the guests seem to be just riding the speedboat, with the dinghy being used as dead weight. Maybe I should set it so that the speedboat carries less guests and more guests will then ride the dinghies. I think that would be a better idea. So I'm quickly going to allow these vehicles to return to the station, and then I will make sure that these speedboats have less capacity than the dinghy vehicles. I love how the ride vehicle editor just makes editing these rides so much easier. It's really a wonderful tool. Okay, the speedboats themselves should have a bit lower capacity now, so we should see more guests actually riding these rafts that they carry behind them. Alright, let's open the ride back up, and I think soon guests should be heading for this ride again. And now it actually leaves without any guests, without any people riding the speedboat. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, and then after that, I built this big pirate ship over here in front of the shoreline here in the pirate area. I think it's a great addition to the park. You can really see it even when you zoom out to the max. Okay, it's a bit of a shorter episode maybe, but building these three things, and especially the topspin and the pirate ship, took quite some time. So yeah, and of course in a time lapse it's all made a bit shorter. But I think I'm done building for today, and I will continue building in a later episode. And I think the next episode will probably be the last video I make for Deurklink Megapark in a while. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed watching me build in this episode. If you like this video, please gently tap the like button, it would really help out my channel. And of course, if you want to see more of these videos, you can always subscribe if you haven't done so already. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.